So, did you go through the other topics as well? You have any queries around that? Could we take the time to
Just,
discuss, or
yeah, actually regarding record producers and service
uh-huh.
catalogs, is there any difference between them? Or
Like I said, your record producers is going to create request or a record on the specified table.
yeah,
But
yeah,
catalog item will not. Remember, I told you that it would create a request. Any request that you raise for a catalog item, that's going to create a request on the record on the request table.
okay. Like
Okay, so
we had done the record producer, right? Not with the catalog.
yes, no, not with catalog. I thought I will cover
Okay,
that when I'm doing the workflow, so that
okay,
when
okay.
we want approvals of somebody, or the
Yeah,
approval of a requester or something. I thought I'll initiate there, so
yeah, yeah,
it
yeah.
will be
Yeah,
like
sure.
that's the thing. Any other
Yeah, yeah.
queries? Scripting,
No,
anything that you went so far?
no, no, not at-
No, is it okay? How is Vanshika?
not not in touch with her these days. Like last time I had asked to her for the that a reporting class about that, like what
Okay.
times that you do that.
Mm-hmm.
After that, not
Mm-hmm.
have about this.
Okay. Okay, so today we will go with transform map, that is data inputs, how we can load data into ServiceNow and how we can map those data into ServiceNow. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So if you have no queries, can we move with that? Would that be
Yeah,
okay?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's it.
Let me just share my screen. Are you able to see my screen?
Not yet.
How about now?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. So I have a use case where what happens is that just a use case for any scenario. Probably tomorrow, you can do a use case for user table when you're practicing transform map. What happens is that, see, whenever we have a data loaded into ServiceNow,
Okay,
okay, we should map with those records the short description of those records. We need to map with the short description of the records that we already have in the instance. This instance, let's
okay,
compare. Okay, if it finds the same short description, then it should map the number of those records. So, meaning to say that, let's do a show match. I did a show match on this table.
okay,
Okay,
okay.
what happens is that,
It is showing the records with description is separate.
yes. Now, what I'm going to do, I am going to import another data source. Okay, let's say
Okay,
we have a new record coming in, like asset something. Okay,
okay,
any other number, not this number. Okay, this will
okay,
remain unique. Okay,
okay,
so I have an 40th record here, so that's going to
okay,
get created with a new this thing new record is going to get created, but with a short description. Then my intent is that the record that's already created with the same short description, it should also have these incident numbers or these request numbers on its short description. Meaning to say, anybody working on this incident need not necessarily, because if the short description is same, it's very much identifiable for them to know that it would it's like redundant, right? If you're working on the
yes,
same
yes, yes.
task 10 times,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
instead they can identify they can identify the same tasks in the incident, and once they have one worked upon, they can close the similar ones.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, so that is the intent. Okay, now
Okay,
how do we do that? What I did, I went into this table, okay, and then I loaded data.
okay.
Sorry, in my system first I exported some data. How we do that?
XML, export XML.
Export. If you want to import,
Import Excel or
yeah, Excel. If you click on import, it will choose the type. It will let you know. It will let you choose the type of the file that you want to load. But
okay,
if you do import XML, meaning to
Okay.
say this will load only the XML files. Remember when we
Okay.
migrated the update sets, we did
Yes.
export and then export
And import.
XML and then we did import XML, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
XML
Yes.
means it's like it'll contain the details, like about all the field details, the scripts, and all of those things. But here, if we load it into Excel, it's going to give us the details like here, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so that is the use case. Okay, now
Okay.
before
And Pawni,
before yes,
if
yes,
you
go ahead.
want to import some particular data in Excel, like
Mm-hmm.
suppose for particular columns only from 10 to 20 or 10 to 30, is there any thing we can do in that scenario? Like,
Yeah, we have in the scripting. I mean, like in while we are uploading the data, right? Right
okay,
there we have what is the sheet number. See, for example, I've just got the online version. Okay, so here it is. I have loaded this file. Okay, so you mean to say that you want to import only few records, or if this page contains 1,000 records, you want to import into the service now only a few records, right?
yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, so when you do a data load, you have now I have only one page. Okay,
Okay,
when I do a data load, we have a feasibility to choose the page, like this is page one, so zero. Now imagine I had another page with 1,000 records.
okay,
Okay, and I want to load only that page, the second page.
okay,
So we have a feasibility to load which page, and number of rows that you can load is also
okay,
it is definable in the when you load. But before
okay,
that, I want to give you a brief introduction about what is transform map, what is data source, what is import set table, and then the staging table. Then we will probably go. Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So, so whenever you want to import any data into service now, right?
Okay,
Any data, when you want to import any data into service now, you directly cannot create that, or you directly cannot, in our case, use case, you cannot directly put that to the asset admin table. Okay. First
okay,
thing that we need is we need to specify the data source. Data source meaning from where are we fetching the data, right? The meaning data source, right? We have to define, like is it
okay,
XML, Excel, or is it through JDBC or something like that, right?
okay, okay.
Right. Understood? I mean, in our
Yes,
case, the source is going to be Excel.
Excel.
Yeah. Okay. Now, when the data gets created, when the data source gets created, I'm sorry to say, when data source gets created, we need to specify, I'll put this as, we need to specify the import set table.
Okay,
Import set table means it is like a staging table, I would say. See, I'm getting the data from the Excel, okay. So the
yeah, yeah.
moment I create a data source and I do a transform, it's not going to immediately put it on the target table. Here, what is my target table?
Asset management.
Asset management table, right? I'll put this as
So in
asset.
staging, it will do the validation, right? Whether the fields
Exactly. Yes. In
required.
staging, yeah, in staging, for our use case, we have a scenario where it finds the same short description. In the existing system, it should fetch all the incident or the request numbers and put it to the newly created one, right?
Yes,
So where are we going to manipulate that? In the staging, right?
yeah, yeah.
So if you would need some validations to run on the system, or if you need some in like there are several conditions, like there could be tomorrow there could be a use case where even before you are you're clicking on a transform, like I create a data source, I store that in import set table. Now the moment when I want to store it on the target table, before that some validation has to happen, right? So I need to
Yes,
have a feasibility where I can define all of those things, correct?
yes,
Okay. So Now, what is a data source? If I ask you,
Excel into the database in our
like,
case.
I mean, yeah, I mean, like, it's I mean, like, it's the source where you are fetching the data, correct?
Yes, yes,
Yes. Now, when I say
yes.
import set table and transform or import set table or staging table, it is the same.
Okay.
Okay, it is the same. And when I say target table, it is a target table where you are going to
Store the
store the
update the
data,
details.
right?
Yeah.
Yes. Now, now, what is the purpose of transform map? See, I have defined a data source. Okay, I have loaded Excel into the instance. Fine.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
I have also created an import set table where these records will come and sit on the where is this? It's in this version of it. Okay. These records will come and sit on the import set table. Fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what is transform map? I want to do some manipulations on those records that we already have on the import set table, and I have to store it on the target table, right?
Yes, yes.
So for that we have something called as transform map. Like, it will act as a bridge between the import set table and the target table.
Okay.
Confusing?
No, 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 no.
So it's like basically a bridge, like a
Yes,
bridge.
yes.
I'll say a bridge between we got data from data source. Okay, we also
Yeah.
created import set table. What's our next agenda? From the import set table, we have to map it to the target table, right?
Yes, yes. Yeah, yeah.
For that, we need to have some linking, right? Because we need to run our scripts or validations.
Yes.
So, through transform map, we run those validations and store the data to target table.
Yes.
So, can I say it's a bridge between staging and target table?
Yes, yes.
Now, what will happen? Let's create one. Before we move. Now, let's run into the use case so that we will understand this better. Okay. Now,
Yeah.
what's a use case? Let's create. I just didn't create this file is because I just wanted to create this with you. Now, see, we have these many records, 23 records. Okay, I have created
Yeah.
23 records. Okay, I mean, just
Okay.
I exported 23 records. Now, in our use case, we will put everything as similar. Okay, can we say we need to append this one, right? This is a test and this is a test, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So can we say we will import only five records now? Okay,
Okay.
the others
Okay.
we will delete. So
Okay.
uh, so it will be helpful when we are running a collies again. So sorry. Okay, so we have two this one I mean, like, records with the short descriptions. Okay, I'll remove this
Okay.
and probably give me another keyword for this, something called as okay, some random keywords, let's get for now. This is description, and this will be some random stuff. Okay. Okay, this is the short description. Now we are my agenda is that if it finds a short description in the instance, this will get created, but it will append all the numbers from here, right, along with this.
Yeah.
Correct. So one more thing I want to say is, see, I already have this in the I already
Now,
have this number in the, yes,
yeah.
1002 in the instance, right? Now in this
Yeah. Yeah.
Excel file, what I'm doing is I have all.
Okay.
So Do you think before doing anything, it is going to create another 1002 in the table?
No, it won't create, right?
It would create.
Okay.
It would create because the system doesn't know. So that is why we have something called as coalesce. Okay. When I say coalesce, this is an interview question. Okay. I
Okay.
will let you know. But any doubt, you just stop me. When I
Yeah.
say coalesce, okay. Coalesce means when in our example, let's consider number. On number, I'm going to set coalesce as true. I'll show that in the transform map script. Okay. When I set coalesce to true on number field. Okay. In our case, I'm setting that to on number field. What will happen, if it finds any record with the same number, like in our case it was 002. Now we have transformed, and we have a data source with the same number. We are transforming it to the target table. Now it goes with this number. It matches in the target table. Okay. It has in target also there is 1002. What would happen is anything that is additional, it would update the record but not insert the record with the same number. Okay. Yes. Mithun, are you there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is when we set coalesce on number field, right? So in the
Okay.
data source it saw 1002, the same number, okay. And then it
Yeah.
found a match on the target table with the same INC. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
it is going to do is it would just update the record but will not create the another record with the same number. Meaning to say it is going to remain unique. It is going to maintain the uniqueness in the data.
Okay. Okay.
So there are
So in the
scenarios, right?
existing, in
When
the
you
existing state
yeah.
only, it will put the extra data which we are fetching for the.
Exactly. Now, supposingly, what will happen is now see. Let's see in here. We have short description as test. Okay, this is a test.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, well, we are doing this only. We will do. No worries. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to. Where is that? Okay. Now I'm going to. I'm not going to put this as a test. Rather, what I'll do. I'll put it here. I'll rather put this as police. Test on police. So see tomorrow why you need police is because tomorrow imagine you would import data on the user table. Okay. And few users have changed their email or phone number. Okay.
Okay.
Let's consider you, Mithun. I
Yeah.
already have a record for Mithun in the table. Do I explicitly another time have to create a record for him in the table?
No.
No, right?
No need. Yeah.
No, right? So I just need to update some details on his user record. So in that case, what do you think I would do? What is the uniqueness in this in the user table?
User ID. User ID.
Exactly. So what I'm going to say, can I say colleagues on user ID?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what it will find the moment it finds a user record for able tutor, it will see if it has to update any details in the scripting. So it is going to append those values, but it will update the record but not create a new record. So that is desired, right? That's the
Yes. Yes.
expected behavior. That is how it has to work, right? So is it
Yeah.
okay to say we set a true colleagues true on the user ID? Correct,
Yeah.
right? So it is
Yes.
going to
Yes.
maintain the uniqueness in the data.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So in our case, in asset management table, what is the unique field?
Number. Number.
Exactly, number. So let's go ahead and create a transform map. Then we will. So before we transform anything into the instance, right? We have something called as data source. Remember, I told you that before we import anything into the instance, we need to create a data source. Correct?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Means where we are fetching, and then we need to create an import set table.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Now let's create a data source. Okay, first let me load this. Okay, I'll download a copy. Any confusion, you stop me. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So how is your preparation going on for the interview?
Not yet started on it. Like
Mm-hmm.
only like seeing the old videos and all.
Old videos and I need to share the interview content with you, right?
Yeah.
That I will do. Um, that's one pending, and I have to conduct one mock for you. I'm thinking I'll conduct it on Saturday or coming Monday. If I finish the course content, then finally I
Yeah.
will conduct on all aspects. So I just
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
want to do that individually. That those two things are pending on my side. So, I mean, are you getting any calls?
Not yet updated profile in operation. In the service.
Updating. Okay. 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 I'm just downloading. I mean, like I just downloaded
Yeah.
it. Okay. So this is it. I have downloaded. I don't have an Excel. I mean, like Office installed on my computer. That's why I'm doing it.
Okay.
I have this. We are creating a data source. So under system import sets, you'll find something called as data sources. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So let's create a new data source. Okay. Now
Okay.
I'm going to say import asset admin records.
And Pavani,
Yes.
in which scenarios we will require this type of imports and all?
Imports. Yeah, that's what I said. It right. Like if you have to do any updates on the user record. Like
And
imagine.
like,
Yeah. Imagine like
and
you
from
have
where
10.
we will,
Yeah.
and from where we will get the details, like if the user email has been changed or something like that.
The client will provide you.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
The
Okay.
client will provide you, right? In you see,
Okay.
ultimately all of us are going to work for the client. Here
Yes. Yes.
I
Yes.
did
Yes.
only with few scenarios because I that my mind
Yeah.
ran on only those things. So I created only
Yeah.
this scenario. Now
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have 5 records. Let's consider incident only. I have 5 records. So, okay, I manually go ahead and do that. I have 50 records. Okay, I have the persistence to do. But if I have 1,000 records, how am I going to run it?
Okay. It would be from database.
Yeah,
Database.
correct. I have
Yeah.
1,000 user records on which we need to update email addresses.
Okay.
So, and then in that case, all the 1,000 records we are going to access and we are going to update.
No. No. It would be easier if you are
Yeah,
running.
and sometimes, okay, we have this, you still have the persistence, let's imagine, to do that. You did.
Okay.
Now, by mistakenly, you have entered the email address incorrectly.
Okay.
In Excel, like if for the 11th record email address, you have updated with the 10th one. Then
Okay.
what happens? I mean, that's human tendency, right? We,
Yes.
we
Yes.
do
Yes. Yes.
mistakes. That's why we are humans,
Yeah.
right? So it's better
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
run a script. So
Yes.
it's
Yes.
like, you know what? I mean, like with the client, you know what was, with whatever data you've given, I've run the script and it is appended. That's it. You have not intervened between copy pasting any details for the 1,000
Yes. Yes.
records, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is one scenario. And another time is you can load categories and subcategories. Imagine one. See, I have to tell you the dependent value. Please remind me at least in tomorrow's class. Dependent value.
Yeah.
Okay. You have one category in asset table only. Let's consider tomorrow we will create one category and subcategory. In that category, what we are going to say is asset, right? So we will say phone,
Okay.
laptop, and some data cards are category. Subcategory
Okay.
will be under phones. For subcategory would be OnePlus,
Yeah.
Apple, Samsung. Yeah, all of those things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
In our case, we have only three things. Okay. But
Yes.
imagine if we have hundreds or 50-50 choices in each of the for each category we have 50-50 subcategory. Like we
Okay.
category alone we have 10, we'll say. Okay.
Okay.
And subcategories for each are 50-50. So 10 into 50 is 500, right? So
Yes.
in
Yes.
that case, is it necessary that we will have to start creating explicitly for these, or is it okay to import the data? Transfer to a transformer.
Transform map will be the easier
Yeah,
one.
yeah. So these are the use cases. Okay.
Okay.
When you
Okay.
have to you load a huge chunk of data into the instance, then this is better, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now import asset admin records is what I have updated. Then import set table you have to create on your own. Okay. The moment
Okay.
you give import asset import set created. See, the moment you create a table, it is creating the backend value of this as well. So what will
Yeah.
happen when I load the data? It is going to get stored in here first.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Staging table. So type is file JDBC LDAP REST custom. So this can happen to integration also. Okay.
Okay.
I don't have the JDBC LDAP connection, so I'm doing it through the file. My client has
Okay.
provided, let's file. And to be honest with you, in now I haven't established any connection in here as well. Okay.
Okay.
Fine. What is the format that you're going to import?
Excel.
Excel. Fine. Right. Now you said right. What if I have to load only 10 rows, or what if I have to load only those specific number of rows?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? So you can
Yeah.
restrict it here. So my sheet is 0. It is going to start from here. Right?
Okay. And header
Then
row
I
means like 1 to 5. If you are having any specifications, you can mention 1 to 5
yes,
or
yes,
something.
yes, yes. It is going to see. It is not going to consider this one, the number, the short description, this thing.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'll create this first. Then we will attach a file to this. So what was the last one? This one. Yeah. Now I chose the file and I have imported. Okay. Now the moment you choose file, right? Now it's there in the system. Okay.
Okay.
Now the moment you choose the file and everything happens, it let me open this. If you are getting confused anywhere, you stop me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What did I do?
We didn't save the test out. That's why.
No, no, no. I'm just trying to. Yeah, I'm just trying to open this table. Okay, let me save it again. So, what I was trying to show you is that I'm just trying to import the data and I'm going to show that to you in the table. But
Yeah. Yeah.
it has not yet created the asset table. Is because we haven't loaded the data. Okay.
Okay.
See, test load 20 records means for your test purpose. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
You have 1,000 records. First, you want to see how your script is working. In that case, you can do. Now I want to load all the records. Okay, but I have only 5. But I'm going to say load the records. Okay. Now, see, it has loaded the record. Okay, complete. So processed is 5, insert is 5, updates is 0, errors are 0.
Okay.
Meaning to say it has loaded in where? In this table. Now, okay, in this table it has loaded now.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, one more thing. Did I? Just a second. I did a mistake. You know what? I I didn't change the number. So at least for this I had to change the number. Okay, one second.
Okay.
Because see, this one is to run coalesce, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it is going to append the short description. But for this one, I have to create a new number, right? Because we already have a third one in the system.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Yes. So I'm going to put 1040. And before we do, uh, I'm going to delete those records.
Okay.
Okay, again I'm going to in the
Unit error.
data source. Yeah, in the data source, I am just going to attach the attachment. I'll remove here. And then in the asset management, what is the last record that we have? 1039. So I'm going to put 1040, okay, for this one.
Okay. Okay.
And this one is unique, okay?
Yeah.
And these are also unique. Let's see what happens with these guys, okay? Then I have put this. I'll just save this. Then in my data source, I'm going to choose a new file, 1035. Yes, this is the one. Then, okay. Then I have saved. Now I'm going to run a transform on this. I'm just saying load test records. We have nothing here. Okay. And load all the records. Okay. It has done. So here,
On in which
okay, we have.
cases we get errors by loading?
Sorry, Madam.
In which cases we will get the error while importing the data?
Error while importing the data, not while importing the data, but when you're transforming the data can happen.
Okay.
Because see, what will
Okay.
happen is if it has not loaded properly, then you get an error. But I haven't seen an error when you import the data on the import set table. But
Okay.
when you are mapping the fields to the target table, there you can get error. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay, you will see the logs as well, like where it has when I ran the transform on this. See, you get a log here. See, processed is this 5 inserts, 5 updates.
Yeah.
Errors you will get right here only. It can say found any duplicacy, or it can say empty record or something like that. Okay, here it will give
Okay.
you and with the error as well.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, then I have loaded this data now. Now where is this input table? Okay, fine. Now we have something called as I told you we have loaded the data, it's there in the staging table, and I told you that we
Yes.
have to map it to here, right? So for that,
Yeah.
what we need,
We need to give the data the table details.
we need to create transform map for this, right?
Yeah.
Right. So here, right here only we can create, but another way also we can create. Let me make you familiar with the instance transform map. Okay. Here under transform maps, I'm accessing this. Okay. Now when I create table transform maps, what it is going to do. See, when you practice transform map, you practice for user, okay, and
Okay.
randomly change their email address.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So what is this transform map? I'll say asset data. Sorry, asset admin record. This is the transform map only, right? Great.
Yeah.
Now, what will be? What do you think would be my source?
Data table.
Source. This one, right?
Yes. Yes. Input set. Yeah.
Yeah, because it has come here. It has come into the system, but it has not
Yes. Yes. Yes.
been mapped to the target.
Yes. Yes.
It has been loaded into the system. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is my transform map. Okay, I mean, sorry, my
Source
source
table.
table. Okay, now one thing, is that, and what will be my target table?
Asset management. You understand?
Fine. Now, see, remember when we had created duplicate records for the same user? For I remember the username, some Rachel. We found in the asset admin table. We while we were creating business rules, we said if it is the same requester, we should not create a if
Yes.
it's the same
Yes.
requester and same short description, we should not create a duplicate requests for them. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So there could be many scenarios like that where the business rules will run on specific table, right? Like incident maybe, any other custom applications maybe, and all of those things, right?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So in that case, if you don't think we need the business rules to run, I'm going to uncheck it, because in my case also, it's not like, for me, my intent is now to load the data, and I don't want any business rules to run before we load the data. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now, enforce mandatory fields, meaning to say that what happens is that now in asset table, what is the mandatory field? Now priority. Okay. No, what's mandate here? That's very good.
Requested
Requested
details.
was mandate. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Requested is mandate in this one. Now, where is it in table? Here, I don't have requested. Okay, I'm just mapping this with this. Okay. Now some data source I have. Imagine. Are you with me,
Okay.
Vidhu?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do. Yeah. So if I'm saying enforce mandatory fields, meaning to say that if I have a mandatory field in the target table and
Okay.
that detail is not there in the data input set table, okay, then
Okay.
it is going to not create the record for those. Meaning to say,
Okay.
without those details, it will not create the record.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, in my case, do I need it? I'm going to say no,
Okay.
because I don't want that. Or I can say or only on mapped fields. So if in supposingly I had a requested here, okay, let's imagine I had a requested in this file
Okay.
detail, okay, then I could say only on map fields you
Map
enforce it,
is
right?
UN.
Because with the requested details, correct?
Yes. Yes.
For now, I'm going to say no, and then copy
Okay.
empty fields means
Yes.
is it going to create any empty records like here? Let me. Where is that?
Any integers like indexes
Yes,
which we are
sent is
having.
yes, yeah, same thing. And then create a new record on empty coalesce fields means I did a coalesce on here. Okay, this is the coalesce.
Yes.
Now
Yes. Yes.
tomorrow I have a ninth record. I don't have the number. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
but I have other details like this. Like let me just copy paste this. Uh, but I don't have this number. So
Okay.
I made coalesce on number. Okay. So, what this word is, can you understand that? Create new record on empty coalesce fields, meaning to say the number field is not, the number detail is not there, and the coalesce is running on this. So, should I create a record for this? That
Okay.
is what it is saying.
Okay.
Okay, understood?
Yeah, yeah. In this
So
case,
it's
if
yeah.
you enable
If
tick mark over here,
yeah,
while
it's
inserting,
not.
it will auto assign the ticket number, right?
Yes, it will not open the ticket number. I mean, but the
Okay.
record would
Okay.
have been created. So that's not desired,
Okay.
right?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm going to say this, okay? Then now if you say something like this, there are two links. One is auto map matching fields, and another one is mapping assist. Meaning to
Okay.
say, from the imports table, let me open up a record. See. So these are the details that has been created, and if I say auto map mapping, I mean like if I say this, like is it run? If I say mapping assist, then I will have to explicitly map the fields from the staging table to the target table, like the number, the short
Yeah. Yeah.
description, and so on. So, like if let me click on this. See, I have to do.
Yes.
See,
Yes.
I have the source import table has this. Okay, these details. Okay. Now
Okay.
I will say short description match the short description to this short description.
So we need
Okay.
to add the both the fields to field
Yes,
mapping.
like this. Yeah, like this map to this. And then
Okay.
map the number to, where is the number field here? Number to here,
Number.
number. So this is manual, okay?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But if I want the, where is the number field? Let me just, this. Okay. So this is manual, but I don't
Yeah.
want this. I want the system to do it. So I'm going to click on auto map
Yes.
matching
Yes.
fields. Okay. I do this, then see, field map has been created. What it is doing is, see, from the source table, it is fetching assigned to, and it is in the target table, it is going to set assigned to active, number, priority, short description, resolved, state. Fine.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
It did the auto map right now. Another thing is, I'm going to say this. Another thing is, now,
Now, in
yeah,
resolved and closed rate, it is getting the time right in asset management table. We are fetching
resolved
the
it.
time of
I
resolved,
didn't
and it
get
is
it
mapping to closed at that field.
because we just mapped the front end value, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I mean, like, see, the label here it is resolved, but it is closed at only. It would be closed at only. See the backend
Okay.
value.
Okay. Okay.
So it is fetching the backend value.
Okay. 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 Confirm.
Okay, yeah. So this would remain unique, right, in the system.
Yes. 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 Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Tomorrow I'm going to change and put this as some other random text. But
Yeah.
the
Yeah. Yeah.
what will remain unique the backend value. Okay. Now I did this. Now and I am going to do index queries fields on which
Ticket ID.
number number, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
See, here itself, see, if you don't know something, click on the link. It will give you a help text. Here you could see, right, if none of the fields configured to coalesce are indexed on the target table, creates a database index for those fields in the target table, right? In our case,
Yeah.
when we map the thing, do you think for this 40th record it's going to find a ticket? No, because we don't have this number in the asset management. But is it going to
Yeah.
find for this one?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, so that's what it says. Now I'm going to put coalesce on this. So I'm going to map set coalesce on this. Now if you find the same number, update the details but do not create another record.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
this is fine.
Okay.
Now I'm going to run a script. We have to do some manipulations, right?
Yes. Yes.
Let's do that. Just a second. Let me run the script. Do you get to hear any background noise?
A little bit, not a problem in that.
Okay, I'm saving this. So here I ran scripts. Okay, there are three ways where you can run scripts. I'll tell you the first. This is the explicit way I have running the script. Okay, and I'll tell
Okay.
you
Okay.
once we finish this, I'll tell you where all we could run the script. Now, what happens is that when I do this, the source and target. Remember when we were doing current object, all of those things.
Yeah.
They are
Yeah.
glide
Yeah.
record object, right? Current is a glide record object. Here,
Yes.
same
Yes.
way, source and target are also glide record objects.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, map is for gliding transform map. That's the object of gliding transform map. Okay,
Okay.
log is for any purpose, and is update is action. Okay,
Okay.
so this is action is update, meaning to say it is going to update this records, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay, now and we let's write a script. Now, first where we have to glide record, in which table we have to glide record, which table? Where should we find asset, right?
Yes. Yes.
This table, right?
Yes. Yes. You yes.
Yeah. What are we going to match?
With the data set table record
Yes, but which is the field we thought we would match?
ticket number.
At this coalesce.
Short description here.
Yes.
You
So
understood.
here we
Short
will take
understood.
short description. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Then
Yeah.
with what are we going to match? In the source short description,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, yes, yes.
So do I have to say source dot short description?
Yeah.
Because that's where I'm going to fetch, right? From there only I'm
Yes,
going to
yes.
fetch the thing. So source dot use short description, because see this,
Yeah.
this is the backend value of it. I mean the label name of it, right? Then I did this. Then what's that other thing that I'm going to do? Then we are going to query the table, right? There are chances that it can find more than one record.
Yes, yes, yes.
Now we did this. After we do what we have to do, if it finds a match, so on the newly
Yes,
created table, it has to put the short descriptions, correct?
yes, yes, yes.
Now in our case, we have three things. Like let me do a show match. On the 40th record that it is going to create, it will we have three details. So for us, it has to put three numbers as well, right?
Yes, yes.
Now for that, if I assign something like this, that let me create a new variable here first. Probably I'll create variable uh, record number. Okay. Okay, now this is empty. I'm just creating and declaring this variable. Okay. Now I say record number is equal to this, or confusing?
No, no.
No. See, I'm assigning the value to this now. While inserting with the 40th record, 40th request is going to get created on the table. Along with that, if I say record.number, it found three matches here. Okay. So the last one it is going to append. That meaning
Okay.
to say only the 1061 it is going to be put up on the short description of 40th record. But we have
Okay.
three values, right?
Yes, yes.
So how are we going to do that? There is something called, meaning to say, it will put all those numbers, all these numbers it will put, okay? It will not remove
Okay.
the things, details. It is going to put all these numbers, but along with that, we need to have, I mean, like with these numbers, it there should be some separation, right?
Yes, yes.
So I'm going to put like this, comma separator, meaning to say it will find all the values, it will have store those values in the form of string, and I'm going to separate these values with the comma separator. Fair
Okay.
enough?
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Because see, it is not right if I hold only one value, right? It has to hold all
Yes,
these
yes,
three
yes.
values, correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, so this is what I do. Then next what we do is, if this is not empty, meaning to say if the record number is not empty, see, in the 41st record, it is going to create, right? But imagine in the 41st record that we have here, right? It is going to create, but I don't have a short description, same thing. In that case, it should
Yes, yes,
create,
yes.
right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It should create a record. So I am writing this explicit condition that if this value is not empty, meaning to say if the same short description is not empty, only in that case run a condition. What I'm saying, if this number is not empty, what are we going to do? Now what are we going to do? We have to put that on the target. We have to map it on target table, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
So on target table short description, what is the value that we are setting? Source
Yeah.
short description.
Yes, yes.
So this is the value that we put, and then we will say some concatenation will put. Something like we already have an asset management request with the same number, right? So where we are mapping all these values, right? But along with this, we need to map those numbers also, right? For the 40th record, we need to map on all these three numbers also, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? See, is it confusing?
Yeah, Pawni, like initially we are comparing short descriptions from target and source initially,
Mm-hmm.
and after that, like
After
if you
that,
have
yeah,
if you having
yeah,
the
tell
match,
me.
then we need to update the details only in the same record, right?
Yeah, target same record. So now if I create the 40th record on the asset management table, right? I create
Okay.
it. So it's there on
Okay.
the 40th record, right? So
Yes, yes, yes.
according to the script, the 40th record is created. Yes or no?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Then the short description I'm going to append. Yes or no?
So while creating, it will.
No. See, I created the record, 40th record. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Then source u dot short description means I'm putting this
This is a
value,
test.
right? This value,
This is a test. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right? Found. Okay. Now there are already records with the same short description. Yes or no?
Okay, okay. We are providing the numbers where the short description having ticket numbers in which the short description is this is a test, right? Along with the new
Yes,
record.
we did a
Yeah, okay.
coalescing, but it found.
Yeah, yeah.
But what my
Yes, yes.
requirement is this: when this record gets created, it should also on this record's short description, it should also get all the other records which has the same short description.
Okay, okay, okay. Fine,
Because
fine,
it
fine.
would be
Got it.
easily identifiable by me, right? I mean, if I am
Yes,
the
yes.
agent, if I have same short description on 100 incidents, is it necessary for me to perform the same request or not? I
No, no,
perform
no.
one, I close one task and close the others, right? It
Yes,
should
yes,
be
yes.
identifiable. Okay, then I did the record dot number value. Okay. Then this is it. One second. Now let's do this one is fine. Okay, done. Now let's see it. Now there's something called as run transformer, but I cannot run it from here. I need to go on the data source. Just a second. Okay, I need to go on the data source to create the
And
transformer.
Pawni, here we didn't mention the source table details, right? In the script.
What source table details? I didn't get it.
In the script, we didn't mention the.
This is the source table. This is the target table.
Okay, 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 okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
So then click on transform. Now from the staging table to the target table, it is going to fetch. Now I clicked on this. Let's see what happens. So this is the one, okay? This is the transform map we created, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Then I'm going to click on transform. Then see transform complete. It will see. So on the asset management table, let's see, asset created 40th record.
Yes, yes, it's great. 1004. It updated the.
Yes. See.
Updated the test.
Oh, didn't I put 1040? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mithun. Yeah. Okay, it has created. Yeah.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
this number, let's see, in this number, test already having a set enlistment request with this C. This 28 and 34. We were seeing this, right?
And in 3 also we are having it in the ticket now.
Sorry, what?
With the short description, this is a test we are having in
3, but
303.
yeah, one second, one second. Here it says 26, 28, and 34.
34
Okay. So initially 26 had this,
test.
38 and 34 had this. Okay. Then 1003 we created. Okay. So this came
It is
from the data
comparing with,
source. No, this
I
came
think
from
it
the
is,
data source.
okay, okay, okay,
It came from the data source, if you see, not with the existing record.
okay, okay.
Okay, so it found a match on 1002 and I put test on police. So it
Yeah,
updated. Now let me do a show match on this. Yes,
yeah.
okay, it did. Now let me do a group by number. Let's see if it found anything with the same number. See, it didn't. So we did a
Yeah,
police on the
number,
number.
number.
It found the uniqueness, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
But what you were saying something. Did I cut you short? 16 it found. This is a test.
I
Uh,
think it is taken
it
for
is
test only. This is not. This is a test. Only it is
this
taken short description with test.
test.
The
Yeah,
number, yeah, yeah. 26, 28, 34 are the
yeah,
things which are having only test, not that this is a test.
yeah. So if we do this, one second. So 26, 28, and 34.
34.
26, 28, and 34. Fine.
Yeah, yeah.
So we found 1004. Okay. Test. Any questions around this?
No, no. For user
And
imports also, we need to do the same type of scripting again over there,
yes,
or
same type of scripting. See what you will do with see if you want to run a transform map script. What are you going to do in place of this? Let's see the transform map. So what
where
you'll do?
we need to glide the user table, sys underscore
Table.
user over there.
What are
Yeah,
you going to match? User ID with source
user
user
ID.
ID.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
found
yeah,
the
yeah.
next. You find the next record, right? Here,
Yes, yes.
are you going to say if or while?
Again, while only like
No,
we
why will
will
you take while? User IDs doesn't would not have multiple values, right? It's not duplicate. So if right,
yeah, yeah.
user ID is unique.
Yes, yes, yes.
If you find that record, go ahead, map it with the
Understood.
user ID from the from the source user ID.
Okay, okay. So it
Fine.
will be
You're
like
not you're not going to append the short description, nothing at all here in that case.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
See, you
So
create a
again,
transform. Mhm.
in each condition, we will mention like if user existing or
Yes,
not. Yeah,
yes. If means one record if you find. While
yeah, yeah.
means it can find. In this case, we were able to find while, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So this is for today's class. Today, Mithun, I'll see if I can take class around 9 o'clock. I'll take this and probably we'll move on to reportings. Yeah, today,
Yeah, 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 sure.
9
Yeah,
p.m.
yeah,
If not,
yeah,
again tomorrow same 10 a.m. only. Okay.
yeah. And
Yeah,
Tawny,
sure.
like
Yes.
for interview purpose, like if they ask like what was the daily activities, what was your
Yeah, that's
daily
what. While
activities?
I'm conducting a mock, while I'm conducting a mock, I will give you the details. But before that, I
Yeah,
want to create a CV for you, for the
yeah, yeah,
experience. So when you
yeah,
go
yeah, yeah.
through the CV, we can relate it. So it's my agenda
Yeah,
today
sure, sure.
before the session. I will try creating it. Okay. I'm
Yeah, yeah.
sorry,
Or
Mithun.
else
I'm put
I will,
into calls like
I will.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah. No, no, I will share my existing CV to you so that we can add.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Yeah,
That should be fine. I
yeah,
will put the details and I'll edit it and send it to you. That's better.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
sure. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, Mithun. I'll see. I'll try to meet you at 9 o'clock today. If not,
yeah,
please
yeah,
forgive. Tomorrow we'll connect at the
yeah, yeah.
same time. Yeah.
Yeah, sure,
I'm
sure, sure. Yeah,
actually pulled into calls and calls and calls all through
yeah,
today. I'm
yeah,
into
yeah.
calls.
No, no issues in that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. No, so you practice transform app for
yeah. I will do it.
user ID
Yeah,
with police and without police. PDI
yeah, sure.
only, right? Break it. That's okay. With police
Yeah,
and
yeah,
without police. Okay.
yeah. Sure, sure, sure.
Okay, sure. Meet you today at 9 p.m. or tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, fine, fine. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll just let them know, like around 8:30 itself, I'll let know if I'm connecting or not so that they'll inform. Okay. Okay, Mithun. Me see you then.